it's something that is bothering you in your reality, don't allow it to keep bothering you. I don't believe that you should continue to suppress those emotions and feel like, oh my gosh, I can't let this out because if I do, then it's going to be considered wavering. Wavering is you constantly doing the same thing over and over and over again. Wavering is you being consistent and disciplined in a mindset that does not benefit you. Now that you're here, before we start the video, I do have a few announcements that I need to make. So first of all, if you haven't joined the free Discord community or you haven't grabbed your free copy of the Manifest My Dream Life ebook, the link for both of those will be in the description below, or I will put a QR code on the screen if you're watching this from your TV, so that way you can just scan it and come join. The other thing that I want to say is I am running a 25% off sale on all of my coaching services as well as my consistency workshop. And what I'm doing is doing a giveaway. So if you purchase anything from today, which is Friday, until Monday, April 21st, you will be entered in a drawing to win a free one-on-one coaching call with me. And I'm actually going to draw the winner live on a live stream. And the live stream will happen the very next day on Tuesday, April 22nd, and I'm going to do it at 12 p.m. noon Central Standard Time. So I did make a post in the community tab, and the post in the community tab has a link for the live stream, but I'm gonna also post the link in the Discord community, so that way y'all can access it super easy and you won't have to miss out whenever I go live. And especially if you purchase a service or anything, you won't have to miss out if you are the lucky winner to get your free call. Okay, so other than that, those are the only announcements that I needed to make. So other than that, let's go ahead and get into the video. So occasionally from time to time, I go and scroll in the Discord community and just kind of see what questions are being asked, what ideas y'all have for me, and what the conversations are like. And I noticed that in the channel where I have ideas for me, where you can post different ideas, whether it's things you want me to add to the Discord community or ideas for videos of things that you want me to record, I was noticing that I keep getting asked this same question quite often, and it's if I can make like a rampage or a venting channel. So basically members can go into the channel and have a vent session, a rampage session. But the only reason why I will not create a channel like that is because I don't want it to be a trigger for other people. I don't think that there's anything wrong with you having a venting session, because to me, I feel like that is just built up energy, and at some point, the pot is gonna boil over. You know what I mean? So if you're just suppressing, I feel like at some point that stuff needs to come out. Like, it's gonna have to come out. But the Discord server isn't the place where it needs to come out. And simply because I don't want that to get out of hand, and I definitely don't want it to be a trigger for other members in the Discord community. So with this video, I'm going to give you several different ways that you can have your own venting session, and that way you can release and let these things go, and then assume your new identity. Assume your identity as the version of yourself who has what you want and who doesn't have to have venting sessions and who doesn't get triggered by their 3D reality. So let's go ahead and get into it. First of all, if you need to have a vending session, I feel like it's either one of two things that's happening. You're instantly triggered by your reality and you don't really know how to control your emotions. You don't really know how to guide that energy. Or you are constantly getting triggered by your reality and you're constantly ignoring it and continuing to affirm. But at some point, maybe the triggers keep happening or something, and at some point you reach your breaking point and now you're in a space where you feel like you need to vent, you need to rampage. So just before I even get into the different techniques, just remember this: no matter what, your reality is a reflection of you. It is a reflection of who you are. It is a mirror. It is an indicator. So whatever you're seeing in your reality, you don't have to get mad at it. You don't have to get frustrated with it. And I know sometimes that can be easier said than done, but just remember that you're only seeing these things because it's showing you what your beliefs are. It's showing you what your assumptions are. It's showing you what your dominant thoughts are. So whatever you're seeing in your current physical reality, if you don't like it, what is the opposite of that? Because now you're aware of what you don't want to experience. So what is the opposite of that? What is it that you actually want to experience? And it's really good to get clear on that. And especially if you've already gotten clear on it and you already know your affirmations, then go ahead and break free of these things. So let me tell you how you're going to break free of being triggered and, needing to vent and rampage and all of that stuff. So the first technique that you can try is journaling. And you can journal in a bunch of different ways. You can just sit there and you can write out everything that's going on in your reality. Just let it out. If you are, let's just say you were telling this to somebody, just write it out. Write out every single detail. Write out how mad you are. Write out how upset you are. Write out how much you can't believe this thing happened to you. Whatever you need to say, write it out, okay? And then once you write it out, you can release it. You can burn it, you can rip it up, you can shred it, you can just ball it up and throw it in the trash. Whatever you do, don't keep it on you. Write it out, get that stuff out of you, release that energy, and then destroy it, basically. So you're letting it out and then destroying that, you're destroying it. There's another YouTube creator, Flossie, if you all are familiar with her, and if you aren't familiar with her, I'll leave a link to her video in the description below. But she came up with a technique called the FU letter, and it's basically where you write out a letter to whoever it is, whether it is a specific person, whether it is your circumstances, whether it is your reality, whether it's yourself, whatever. You write this FU letter and you are basically like, F you, can't believe this happened, and F you for this, and F you for that. Like, you just write out everything that you need to say. And then once you're done with that, again, you destroy it in however way you see fit. Like, you can burn it, rip it up, shred it, all of that stuff. And then immediately following that, you can do what she calls a command letter, where let's just say you were doing it for an SP, right? And your SP isn't showing up the way that you want them to. So your FU letter is going to say something like, F you, I can't believe that you're ignoring me. I can't believe that you're taking this long to show up for me. Like, how could you do this? Whatever, whatever. Then once you're done with that FU letter, you're going to burn it, toss the ashes, and then you're immediately going to write a command letter, and then you're going to tell your SP, I command you to show up for me every single day. I command you to be the best version of yourself with me all the time. Like, you only desire to be with me. I command you to get rid of anybody else that you're talking to, like whatever you need to say. And then once you finish the command letter, you don't have to throw that away. You can put it somewhere, put it under, just put it wherever. It doesn't matter where you put it. I was about to say you could put it under your pillow or in a box. It really doesn't matter. Just, you could throw it away if you need to, but you really don't have to. And basically, the whole idea behind that is you are just letting this stuff go. You're letting go of it. And honestly, when you do stuff like this, yes, it does make you feel a lot better. Like, it makes you feel so much better. Another way is you can have just a rampage venting session out loud. This is something that I've done before, and I would just get in my car and I would just get on the highway and drive. And I'm just driving north. The last time I did it, I was just driving north. And as I was driving, I am just yelling and screaming to the top of my lungs. And I know that can sound kind of crazy, but just trust me, if you are in a position where you are super frustrated, it will make you feel a lot better, okay? It will allow you to get rid of this stuff. You can yell, scream, nobody can hear you, okay? And you can just get out everything that you need to say. And you can have a rampage session, and you can just be stating all of the circumstances that have triggered you, and you can just yell that shit out, okay? Or you can have a rampage session that is actually boosting yourself up. So if something in your reality didn't go the way that you wanted to, then you are basically speaking to the reality, venting in a way of, I can't believe that this could happen to me. I can't believe that I experienced this. I am the creator of my reality. I always get exactly what I want. This is not the reality that I'm choosing, so I don't agree with this. Like, whatever you need to say, because there's no right or wrong way to do this. It's just you let out whatever you feel like you need to let out, but scream it out, yell it out, rampage it out, vent it out, and just drive until you're done. And then go back home or whatever you need to do. The next technique that I'm going to give you is you can have a vent session with either your notes app, and you can just do like a voice note and just tell everything to the voice note as if you're talking to your friend. Just release everything. So I know somebody had mentioned if I could make the vending channel or something, or is that what a manifestation buddy is for? And my personal opinion, a manifestation buddy is not for you to go and vent to. A manifestation buddy is for to hold you accountable. So they're supposed to be there to keep you in the state of being. So if you're manifesting an SP, then you're talking to your manifestation buddy about your relationship and how happy you are. And they're holding you accountable and having that conversation with you, agreeing with you and keeping you in that state of being. They're not there for you to keep whining and complaining and throwing your circumstances at them, because keep in mind, your manifestation buddy is also manifesting things too. So you don't want to be a trigger and then they no longer want to be your manifestation buddy. So instead of going to an actual person and venting to them, unless you just have somebody where that is your safe space and y'all know, like, okay, I'm going to have this one moment where I'm going to say everything that I need to say. I just need to get it out. I just need to tell somebody this thing. And they're in a good space to receive the energy that you're going to put out. I've done that too. Like, I have a friend and I will check with her first, like, hey, are you okay? Are you good? Like, I just need to get this shit out of me. So, yeah, you can, but it's not something that you need to be doing every day or every time a circumstance comes up. No, find a way to channel that energy. And that's my intention with this video, is that you see that there are other ways that you can channel that energy. There are different ways that you can release this stuff and let it out of you and move on with your life, right? So like I was saying, you can do like a voice note and you can just record yourself, like telling whoever, telling your friend all of your circumstances, just venting and rampaging it all out. And then once you're done, delete it. Don't play it back. Don't keep listening to it. Don't keep replaying it, because you're always in creator mode. Everything that you're hearing, thinking, speaking, absorbing, it's all a part of your reality. And we don't want to keep creating the stuff that you're already venting about. So once you get it out, delete it. Another way that you can do this is you can use ChatGPT. You can go on the chat and you can type out every single thing that you need to say. And I'm talking about let those fingers go to work. Like, type out everything that you need to say. And again, I've done this one too. Like, typed every single vent, everything that's bothering you, every circumstance, everything that you've noticed, type it all out. Let it go. And the cool thing about ChatGPT is, depending on the conversations that you've had with it, it may give you some recommendations. It can offer you some advice. Like, it can actually help you. So that's like, it's not a human, but it's the next best thing to talking to a human, because you don't want to wear somebody else out with constantly venting and complaining about your circumstances. And I don't want you all having to feel like you have to keep constantly complaining and venting about your circumstances to another person, or in general at all. I want you to find one technique that resonates the most with you, let that shit out, and then no longer resonate with it, okay? And then the last one that I'm going to give you is going to be called like a release and renew. So you're going to get a piece of paper and you're going to write down everything that you're releasing, okay? Everything that's bothering you. So these are almost in the form of like affirmations. So you just write down what somebody did to you, what you're noticing in your reality, what's not going your way, what's got you triggered, what's got you bothered. Write it all out. And now that you have it written out, you can actually see it. You have a clear idea of what you've been dealing with. Then what you're going to do is, on the opposite side of the paper, or right underneath those things that you wrote out, you're going to write the opposite. You're going to write what the new mindset that you're going to have. You're going to write what actually is going to happen for you. And that's basically flipping your mindset, okay, changing your beliefs, and then you're going to move forward with that. So those are all of the techniques that I'm going to give you. I want you to try at least one of them, okay? Because again, you don't want to sit and hold this energy inside of you. If there is something that you want to vent about, if there is something that you want to rampage about, if it's something that is bothering you in your reality, don't allow it to keep bothering you. I don't believe that you should continue to suppress those emotions and feel like, oh my gosh, I can't let this out, because if I do, then it's going to be considered wavering. Wavering is you constantly doing the same thing over and over and over again. Wavering is you being consistent and disciplined in a mindset that does not benefit you. That's all that it is. You're being consistent and you're being disciplined in a thought that does not benefit you. So the same way that you can do that effortlessly, you can do it in the opposite way, where you're consistent and disciplined in the mindset that does benefit you. But If you realize that you are just completely bothered by something, let it out, let it go. And once you do, decide that you are no longer that version of yourself and assume your new identity. And trust me, I will tell you that once you let this out and you have a good session, you have a good release, you're not going to be bothered anymore at all. Things are going to change for you overnight. Things will shift for you because you're letting go of this energy. You're releasing it. You're not identifying with it anymore. You're not associating yourself with it. You're letting it go. And that's what I want you to do. Let it go. I know you hear a lot about if you have your desire, drop it, let it go. That's not what you need to let go. That is the thing that you can continue to think about. The thing that you want to let go is the stuff that is bothering you. So, find a way to just help yourself release it. I don't consider that like a way of hindering your manifestation, a way of stopping you or blocking you from manifesting. No, it's actually going to help you, in my opinion. When you have a vent session or a rampage session, that helps you to let go and to be able to focus because now you feel so good. The pressure is released from you. And if anybody has any other techniques that they've done where they are able to vent or rampage or let things out, go ahead and leave that in the comments below because it can definitely help somebody else. So I intend that this video helps you. If you have any questions or comments for me, please leave them down below. Again, if you would like guidance or assistance with your manifestations, I do have phone and email coaching, and remember they are 25% off now until Monday, April 21st. And if you purchase anything, you will be automatically added into the drawing to win a free coaching call for me that I will be drawing on live April 22nd. That is a Tuesday, the following day after the sale ends, and I will be going live at 12 p.m. Central Standard Time. If you need the link, it's in the community post tab, or I will put the live stream link in the Discord community, so make sure you join that too. If you are interested in group coaching, I do have that available through YouTube and Patreon, and I also have the Consistency and Discipline workshop that I created to help you stay consistent and disciplined. It unlocks one day at a time so that you are able to show up for yourself every single day and really train yourself to be the version of you who has exactly what you want. There's journal prompts, there's reflections, there's activities, there's videos, there's all kind of good stuff, and it's not going to take you no longer than 15 minutes to complete it. So the link for everything is in the description below, or I have a QR code on the screen if you're watching from your TV, so you can just scan it and go straight to it. But if you watch this video until the end, I appreciate you so much, and I will see y'all in the next video. Now, if you've made it this far into the video, welcome to the Creators Room. I feel like that's the name that I want to go with, but y'all let me know in the comments if you like it or not. But if it's your first time here, what I've been doing is I've been adding little Easter eggs at the end of my videos. I got inspired by another YouTube creator, and I also got inspired from watching Pixar conspiracy theories and how they add Easter eggs in all of their movies. And I was like, that is so cool. I want to add that to my YouTube videos. So now we have these little Easter eggs. So at the end of my videos, I have been dropping just a little gem and an affirmation for you to leave in the comments. So with this one, the gem is going to be, I want to remind you that your feelings, your emotions do not manifest, okay? They don't manifest. They don't define you. They don't identify who you are, all right? When you realize you are having certain feelings, certain emotions coming up, that is an indicator of what your dominant thoughts have been. When you change your thoughts, when you change what you're repeatedly telling yourself, then you change how you feel. And when you change that, you're changing your experience, okay? Your feelings are not going to manifest for you. Your thoughts are going to do that. But if you are in a space where your feelings are just so overpowering and you're so emotional, again, use something that I talked about in this video to like vent and get that out. But also be mindful of what you're being consistent in. Because if you're consistently wavering, you're consistently telling yourself the opposite. That's why you feel the way that you do. If you have a trigger that pops up in your reality and then you feed into it, then that's why you're feeling the way that you do, because you're being consistent in something that is not beneficial for you. And the whole goal with manifesting consciously is to just be consistent in thought of having what you want instead of being consistent in complaining and not having what you want. Like, that's all that we're doing here. That is literally it. You are learning how to be the creator of your reality consciously, because you do it effortlessly anyway. Like, seriously, you do it effortlessly. So just know, no matter how you feel, whether you feel angry, sad, upset, stressed, doesn't matter. find a way to release it, find a way to release what's been bothering you, and then start telling yourself the new story. Set the intention. Once you release that shit, set the intention that you are no longer that version of yourself. That is no longer your reality. That is no longer your experience. Okay? I remember when. Use that. I remember when. Like you can tell yourself, I remember when I used to have a tough time, but now my life is a breeze. I remember when things were difficult for me, but now my life is so perfect and it's so easy. There's nothing wrong with saying that because you're speaking as the version of you who remembers when you used to have issues or when you used to be emotional and have these triggers and outbreaks and all these kinds of things. Now, the affirmation that I'm going to give you with this video is my reality is an instant reflection of who I am. So what I want you to do is I want you to do one of these techniques, okay? Do one of these techniques, let it go, find a way to release it, and then immediately after, remind yourself, my reality is an instant reflection of who I am. And then you can even state and decide who you are after that. You are the creator of your reality. You are a powerful manifester. You are a master at manifesting. You always get exactly what you want. Everything always goes your way. Period. So go ahead and leave that in the comments below. My reality is an instant reflection of who I am. Drop that in the comments below so I know that you made it this far. And I love you so much, and I'll see y'all in the next video.